out. If you got a body, then you better not go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Neal and Neal podcast. I'm Neal.
Hi, I'm Neal.
All right. Before we jump into it, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that stuff. Just make sure you get all your notifications,
All of
and
it.
keep up with all of our stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, man,
Boom.
this is episode 30. We've done 30 of these.
Shit, have we?
Yeah.
Fuck.
We gotta work on this soft launch and start,
We've been soft launching for the last 2 years.
Yeah. It's all good.
I mean, technically, you know what? It's fine because Brilliant Idiots just did their official first episode after their 10-year soft launch. So
Wait, what?
yeah,
They did their official video 10 years?
So, well, they're serious and not serious because they've been doing the podcast for like 10 years, and they go, oh yeah, I guess technically this is now our official first episode type shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were never like numbering episodes or really just kind of did.
They were just doing it. And
yeah.
now they were like, all right, we'll put a little.
I mean, they've been kind of putting
Organization.
stuff into it, but yeah.
No, like structure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fuck it, whatever. Oh crap! I said the F word.
Oh well.
No, like apparently.
Oh, you're talking about the demonetization?
No,
bullshit,
it's not
or-
even that. It's like there's algorithm rule,
Oh.
and I'm picking it up on other people that I'm watching, and they have a lot of subscribers. So
Is that why some of them you'll hear them bleep out any curses within the first
it's
few minutes?
It's certain. Okay, follow me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. We're going into YouTube conspiracy
You can't
land.
say grape.
Oh, well, okay. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Apparently a lot, because we have it all the time on our show. But apparently a lot of they don't like a lot of blood, even if it's like they don't even want to show the blood. Apparently, so
Okay.
So if you, I don't know, say somebody is a cop video, somebody gets shot,
Okay.
and you blur the person, but the blood is still, they're like, no, we don't want you to
Hold
show
on.
that.
So they've got some sort of algorithm that will recognize blood in videos
I don't know, man.
and
I don't
like
know.
push the shit down?
I don't know. I mean, that one, I don't think we have to worry about
That is
that one.
wild.
But then there's even the sound of those things, because you can't
Really?
even say those things either, apparently.
Really?
Within the first couple. I don't know if any of this is true.
No,
but
here's, like I said, this makes so much sense because there's a number of podcasts that I do listen to and will watch where it's weird because actually most recent one I was listening to, I think it was like Flagrant 2 or something like that, had Joey Diaz on there.
Oh,
and think about
jeez.
trying to get through a podcast with Joey Diaz and he doesn't curse.
No.
And
no.
so
you know what? If you have Joey Diaz on the second half of the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They had him on from the jump.
I'm
And so,
sorry.
but
He's
see,
gonna have
I'm
wait
listening
5
to
minutes.
it, and you know how he talks, and I was like, wait a second, they just blur this out, and wait, did they blur that out? And then, literally, no joke, I heard finally somebody curse. I was like, it confused the hell out of me because I was like, what's going on? And I paused it, looked at it. It was at 6 minutes in that I heard it. I was like, oh, they really are.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
Well, I and again, apparently we're gonna need to do a little bit of research and look into this. But yeah, there's very specific newer guidelines to certain words, when you use them, how you use them. That
makes no
apparently
sense in the first 5 minutes, though. Like,
maybe that's all. I don't know. I'm completely guessing at this, and we might get 0 views on this video because YouTube's like, wait, talk shit about us.
that would explain to the
yeah.
videos we got.
We love
Because, like,
YouTube.
we go
We
a
love
minute in.
Yeah. Oh well, the minute in, and we're like, hell, nope. Still, don't even. Don't. We got a good
let me
minute
know.
and a half.
Oh, my God. This is
Well,
so
it's already. You know what?
hard.
It's already too late because I think you already said the F word.
No, you did.
I did.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, Neal, you ruined this video.
Neal, you ruined this video.
All right, maybe we should just we should start over. You've already ruined the
it's-
entire podcast.
No.
So,
We're not starting over. we still got to get those 1,000 people. But then again, though, if the algorithm is not showing people the videos, then we're not going to get 1,000 subscribers. So maybe we do have to. Okay, so next time I will have it all laid out. You know what?
maybe we should just have a little timer just right here
Well,
on
we
the
have
table.
the timer. I got the timer.
No,
I
no,
can see the
no,
timer.
no. The little kitchen timer where it starts
Oh,
ringing.
the ding. That would
And
be
as soon as
cool.
it dings,
That'd be
we
cool.
just let them fly.
Mother. Still can't do it.
You got 30 seconds, Neal.
No, we don't. It's almost a minute. We only talked for 30 seconds.
Oh, Jesus.
Next time we will talk about. Yeah, I'll find some article written by some guy that talks about the
algorithm.
Algorithm and what you can and can't say.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta.
I mean, it is what it is, but it's just wild that somebody that they would even put that would even be a thing.
Neal, we love YouTube. We love its platform. We love everything.
Yes, YouTube
Everything
is the greatest video sharing website that has ever been created.
Listen, do I enjoy watching a minute and a half advertisement before I watch my 2-minute video? Absolutely.
No, what I really love are my 45-second ads in the middle of a music video. Because it just adds to the flavor of it. That's because it's clearly the best.
That hurt my chest a little bit. No, I mean, wow. I guess it's been so long since I've watched music videos on YouTube.
Oh yeah, man, dude. There a number of times like I wonder what this video looks like, and I start watching it, and it's like let's say a 3.5-minute video. And halfway through, it's hitting me. I was like, dude, like now I don't care about the rest of the video. Like even if it's like one of those ads that you can skip, you just took me out of the entire like you ruined the entire flow of the song and the video.
Start the song over again.
Yeah, and then have to hit the ad again.
Yeah, that'd be like equivalent to if you're watching a movie. I guess it'd be an intermission for a movie that you don't want.
Yeah. Exactly.
What did the intermissions were for? Like
those are like plays and stuff.
Right?
Like plays, musicals. Yeah, because you need to give these guys time to like change and like breathe, and you can go eat and pee because you're at a 2.5 hour show.
Right.
That I get. But
nowadays movies are 4.5 hours. But...
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that I didn't realize how long Guardians of the Galaxy was
Motherfucker. Okay, we can say it now. I gave us a little buffer. So,
okay,
man. Okay.
Oh, fuck me. But,
that's hard.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna have to start just BSing through the first 5 minutes and then just launching it.
Well, I know what we have prepared for next. We need to find 6 minutes of bullshit. That's what we need to do at the beginning of every show. Is the 6 minutes of BS. Well, we can't call it bullshit. We got to call it BS.
No. We can call it Oh, what can we call it? You know, cow fertilizer? I don't know. Nah. I'll think of something.
2 ends BS. I mean, I don't think we could get now. Be like, wait. Neal and
I mean, it is. I like it. 2 ends BS.
Speaking
there it
of,
is.
man,
That's the segment. 2 ends BS.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
2 Neals BS.
Okay.
What's wrong with that? Get your
Nothing.
head out of the gutter, Neal.
It's not in
That's
the
why
gutter.
you're racist.
I'm not racist. We did, but man, I found that video and it got, I guess, Reddit took it down or whatever. But
which one?
This lady was playing Cards Against Humanity with her cat. And apparently cats can be racist too.
Oh my goodness.
Because it was like the lady was something like what would end world racism?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and the cat picked the card that said restoring.
Oh, yes, restoring Germany to its former glory.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on. Technically, the cat was not wrong.
Huh?
So here's
what?
Here's the thing. Germany gets what they want. They wipe everybody out. How did there's no racism because they wiped everybody out to hate.
So you're doing the Jedi mind trick.
I'm just saying
balancing of the Force.
I'm not saying it's morally right. I'm just saying the cat's not completely wrong.
I am not. I am not agreeing with this point. I am disagreeing with this. I am definitely disagreeing with this point. I'm not agreeing with it at all. Jesus. is.
I mean, how can you hate everybody if they're all gone?
I see what you're saying, but I can't agree with it.
Why not, Neil? Why can't you agree with it?
For
Why
the
can't you go with logic, Neil? Please explain to me why you hate logic.
That's not logic. That's that's like mass racism, genocide.
It's also mass murder.
Yeah,
but it's
no.
also logical.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of white people in, like, compared to the populations of other races across the world. Like, there's not a lot of us, I don't think.
Actually, yeah. Definitely outnumbered. I mean, you got Europe and you got Australia. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
But, I mean, what? India's 1.5 billion.
China's
1.7-ish,
yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so.
All I wanted, I was trying to make a funny
So you're saying the world
catch,
needs to turn on white people is what you're telling me, Neil. To
mean,
end racism, the world needs to turn on white people. That
makes see. I can agree
Neal,
to that one. That makes logical sense. Okay, we are the biggest proponents of the giving of the racism. So yes,
so
you're not gonna get rid
no,
of it.
Hold on. No, here's what I will say. You're the most recent.
Huh?
Yeah,
I'm the most recent. What?
White people are the most recent giving of the race. Cause you got to.
What?
So when the Mongolians, they were just running through killing everybody. They were racist as shit. They didn't give a shit about anybody if they weren't Mongolians. They murdered a lot of people.
Right. So are you racist if you are equal opportunist murderer?
I mean, technically,
Because, like, it's the Vikings. The Vikings didn't give a shit. They went and did their graping and pillaging. See? See? Yeah. You can't say that. That's
Okay.
one of them.
Okay.
That's what I meant by grape.
I
Yeah.
mean,
you
yeah,
can
they
say
did.
the word grape. Did you think I really meant you can say? You didn't think I could grape.
Yeah,
You get
I
it
know
now.
what you're saying.
Okay. Okay.
I knew what you're
All
saying.
right. You looked like I get it.
No.
Okay.
I knew what you were talking about.
So yeah, are you you have to be specific.
But hold on. You're still
No, you
racist,
can
but
still
you're
be
just
racist.
equal opportunity racist. You're just not you have those some guys that are very specific racist, like for whatever reason, they're fine with everybody else, but they hate Jews or some shit, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or they only hate black people, or they're like, we're fine with Mexicans, they're fine, they work hard, but black people, they're just like, huh? They have the weird caveats to their racism. That's the weird part to me. I've seen that. I've talked to these guys, and I'm just I'm confused.
I've met a couple, but it's like, no. I mean, usually white racists are, if you don't look like Hitler's dream of white skin and blue eyes, you're not. They don't like you. But yeah, there's some people that's like, I'm not saying any of this. This is you saying this, but
I don't know. This is your voice that I'm hearing, though.
yeah, it is. All right, I keep forgetting, like, I have to be the one that's careful of what I say. But yeah, you would be. I hate. All right, I hate.
Who do you hate, Neil? Please let me know. Tell me who you hate.
It's like somebody saying I hate the Scottish, but the Irish are fine.
Okay,
Found a loophole.
There you go.
Whitest sons of bitches on the face of the earth.
To be honest, I've yet to hear pushback. I guess there's some sort of online pushback, but against the jokes that I hear, gypsies or hold on, I'll take that. Travelers or Roma, I think they're also called. Like for years, I heard
this is Neal Ewing.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
For years, I heard people tell just wild jokes about like basically gypsies, and nobody cared. No one cared.
Yeah, like
no one cared.
Yeah, those I don't know why. It's like, oh, they're fair game. No, not really. You don't get to have selective racism and it be okay.
Oh yeah,
I guess
I think
just
just now starting to get into it because what was that British comedian? Like apparently some people got mad at him like years after his fucking joke for some reason.
Was it?
There was the
Jim
Holocaust.
Jeffries?
No, not Jim Jeffries.
Because he had one like that, right?
No. It's a British dude. He's got a real dark sense of humor, and it was a Holocaust joke, but not in the way you think.
See, those are some of the ones I think, I've always wanted to do stand up, but there's a short list of things that I'm like, I'm not going to go there unless I really, no, I don't think I can. I still don't think Holocaust.
Okay, so here's the joke. The only reason I'm fine saying, because he's had it recorded before. So he was like, the Holocaust, it was terrible disaster, but the one silver lining, a lot of gypsies died. And he was like, oh my God, yeah. He's like, they killed a lot of gypsies. And everybody was like, started laughing. I was like, oh shit. And then like 4 years later, everybody like tried to cancel him for it. And he was just
yeah,
like,
because I think if you looked at the numbers of what they could calculate, you were like, oh wow, like the Germans really went after a lot of the gypsies.
oh
too.
God, yeah. Oh yeah, they hated gypsies. Oh yeah, like the hate for gypsies is not new. They have always been
No,
just
I've
like
watched.
in Europe.
I'm a big fan of Peaky Blinders. So yeah, they don't like.
It goes way back.
Yeah, just a little bit, What were we talking about before we
I
get on
don't
this
fucking
the
know.
racism topic
I don't know.
again?
We were talking about how awesome you thought the Germans were
No.
back in the 40s.
No, nope, not this guy, not this one. Was not talking about that.
Oh,
one.
man.
But we were. Oh yeah, we were talking about the cat. It was the cat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then there was another video. I don't know. It probably got taken down because some Karen. It was a parenting lesson of like how to get a kid to stop crying. Yeah, I sent you that one.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. That's
Apparently, you just take a slice of Kraft single and throw it on their face, and they immediately stop because they're like, "Hey, what's that?"
Mhm.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things to eat, and then they
Yes.
start eating it.
how hard he hit that kid in the face with that cheese. He slapped the shit out of him.
Well, it had the
threw
sound,
it, and
yeah,
it just
yeah,
it just stuck to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Oh, that was great.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, huh?
I did so
What?
before I forget. I did want crazy segue, but I want to get your thoughts on something
Okay.
that happened
okay.
that people are getting mad at this person for.
Oh, is this a video?
Yes, this is a video, and I just want to get your thoughts on this because people were apparently really mad at this person for this.
This DoorDash shirt is.
Oh, you gotta put it.
Oh no! What? Oh shit! Here it is.
Okay.
Oh damn! Hold
For
on.
Ava.
DoorDash for Ava?
Mm-hmm.
So,
You
let
fine.
me so
This DoorDash shirt is hella fine. I bet y'all know it's like a second stick.
transgender
Is that for
OnlyFans.
Ava?
DoorDash for Ava?
Mm-hmm. You fine. Stop playing before you get your dick sucked. Come on.
Yes, and then
Is that the
proceeds-
end of the video?
That's the end of the video. But then she proceeds to record this for her OnlyFans.
Oh, so she records the act.
Yes,
for
for her
her
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Doesn't tell dude nothing. Doesn't say anything. Transgender OnlyFans, and people were super mad at her for not saying anything up front.
I would be. Okay, let me go back to my single shot so everybody can see me. I would be upset at the fact that I got recorded and put on OnlyFans without being told.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the part that I would be upset with.
That's
Not
kind
the
of
fact that she's transgender, but that is kind of like something I'd hope you'd mention up front because
I guess my thought is if I'm out door dashing and some random chick offers me a blowjob and I'm like, hey, cool, and I just right then and there,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
the chance you take. Like you're
Yeah.
you're rolling the dice out here, just rolling up on and getting random blowjobs from somebody you just met within the first. If you get a blowjob from somebody within the first 10 seconds of meeting them, that's
Oh, so
that's part of the game.
You
to me.
think that he it's like, hey man, you should have known something was up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
Think about the times that you've been out
Mm-hmm.
and some random chick you've never met has tried to fuck you or give you a blowjob or do something, and it's always Does it always occur to you after the fact or during? Like, why is this so easy? Like
No,
there's
I mean,
9
yeah.
times out of 10, there's something there. So at least in
What
my
do you mean by there's
experience,
something there?
9
Like,
times out of 10, there's a
something-
reason for this.
Well,
Like
okay.
either A, it's like, okay, she does
Yeah.
this with everybody. It's like, okay, that's why. Or it's like this, like, I don't know. For me, your antenna should start going up.
So you're saying, I think I'm putting the pieces to what you're saying. You're saying that she did this intentionally because she wanted content for her page.
Of course.
Okay.
Why the fuck else would she be recording this?
I mean, Oh, now she's going viral. It says going viral for giving without letting him know. See, I guess the part of letting him
The
know
last part is neither here nor there.
No, it's letting him know she transgender. It's really the recording it for OnlyFans is the part that.
But at the same time, if she walks up and she's got a phone in her hand and she asks him if she can record,
Well,
did you catch that end of that? Hold on,
so
listen to
you're
this.
saying-
Listen to this.
Yeah. Hold on.
Come on. Do you care if I record? You're not tripping?
Oh, well.
And she asked him to record. So my whole thing is like everybody's getting mad at her for telling him she was transgender. I was like, I mean, this dude just accepted a blowjob with no, literally, here's your food. Want a blowjob as a tip? Cool. That's the risk you run, my dude.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what the fuck you got to be mad at? He's not the first person to just get a blowjob from a rando in the street that turns out to be transgender.
But is he mad?
I think a lot of people are mad for him. I don't know. It's not like I have not taken the time out to track this video down, see if she put the dude's face on there and all this. Because here's the thing, if my face isn't in it, at the same time, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to take this one. I'm just like, well, not telling anybody about this.
Yeah, but I mean, young men. Because see, I've only had because I was married for a long time. I was what?
I'm just about to say you've only had what with what?
No, I was saying I've only had I was married for a long time. Was in a relationship for a long time, so I've only had a couple times where a situation like that came up.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, you could usually say like, oh, yeah, she was, she'd been drinking and she is kind of,
you know what,
been free with people when she drinks. And this night so happened to be one of those nights that she was trying to make this, move towards me, but I politely declined.
Okay.
I had one time.
So you're saying we need to take you to Thailand?
No.
I'm just saying, man. Here's what I will say in Thailand.
That what? No,
Man.
I'm saying. Look, what I'm saying is
you would be impressed, Neal.
with like.
Okay. Oh, we can get you hammered and take
Not
you.
me.
We can get you hammered in. There are a few parts of town. All right. So there's a few spots in Bangkok. I remember. There's another place I know to take you in Chiang Mai.
You've had some experience.
I've been in the neighborhoods. I mean, now I've been. You know me and my wife. We'll explore everywhere. So you name the neighborhood, we'll find it.
Is that
So-
what we're calling as exploring?
Hey, man. So I mean, here. I remember finding it in Koh Samui too. And I just remember we're like walking down this one road, trying to find, I think, some Muay Thai stadium or something like that. And I'm just walking. I was like, man, some of these chicks seem really tall. And we're just walking down.
Like really tall for the
Thai
people,
chicks.
for Thai. Okay, not really tall to us.
Yeah. Tall for Thai. I was like, man, some of these
Because I was
chicks
like,
are
you
kind of
just
tall
walk
for
down,
Thai
he's
chicks.
6'3".
Yeah, I mean, like, that's for like the Thai chicks,
5'4".
so they're like 5'6", 5'7", or something
Okay.
like that. I was like, man, these chicks are kind of tall for Thai girls, and I was like, huh. And walking out, and then it's not until like I was like, man, what is it? And then I heard somebody's voice seemed a
Lady
little too deep,
Yeah.
and I was like, huh. And I was like, oh. Then sometimes I go between these states of like noticing everything and then noticing nothing. Because
You do, man. Like sometimes I'm like, what are you not seeing here? And you're going, I just didn't see it. I'm like, those girls were undressing you with their eyes. You're like, I didn't see any of this. And even Sandy's like, really?
Yep.
Yeah. Until she comes over, and then they go, oh, and then they leave. But yeah, you're oblivious to it.
Oh, well, see, it wasn't until I heard the voice. I was like, nah, her voice is kind of deep. And then I look around, I was like, oh, and it's not until I just see like the entire road is just lined with like rainbow flags coming out of these little, they were like maybe like this big, and they were every single one. I was like, how did I not see any?
Oh,
of
wow.
this
You just
shit?
missed all of that.
Yeah, because I think I was so focused on trying to find this damn stadium, and I thought I saw it in the distance. So I was like, all right, we need to get over there. Cool. I was like, man, these chicks are tall. Huh. And it was like, and then one of these goes like, hey, why don't you come hang out, or kind of deal. And I was like, man, her voice is kind of deep. And I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm good. I was meaning more of just like, I've had situations with just girls who were way too inebriated. And you're like, I don't want any part to do with this.
You've
like,
never had the random, just sober chick come and just throw something at you?
Well, no, it's the
Like
it's
that.
the kind
That one always bothered me.
at the bars.
No, not even at the bar. If it's handed, I don't think I've ever had it at the bar. But I've been in a few situations where chicks stone sober just come walking up, and it's just like, "Hey, let me suck your dick," and I'm just like, "Huh?" He's like, "Hey, why don't you?" I was like, This is too like." I was
Well,
like, "Yeah,
I've not had.
I have had this," and I'm just like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
Come to find out later, he had messed with like at least a bunch of other guys that I knew, and then like I think two of them had caught something, and I was just like, oh, dodge that bullet.
No,
You're like,
I had one. It was complete, like, literally bumped into me at the bar, and I thought it was some guy being an asshole. Turned around, it was a girl, and I didn't think that she was too gone, but it got to the point where I was like, "Where are your friends? They need to come get you because you are making 0 sense."
Oh,
Like-
it was that scary chick, that scary drunk solo chick who will
Well-
roll up to the bar, get drunk as shit, and try to find a guy. Those chicks are crazy. Those they scare me.
Well,
That's a little too much crazy for me.
Yeah, so I thought I could tell she'd been drinking, but I didn't know she'd been this much drinking. And I had just got there, had maybe a beer at this point, and I take a sip of my beer, and she's like, "Oh, you drink like a pussy, huh?" And I went, "Okay." So I killed mine. She then killed hers, and that was it. Like, it was the trigger. And so now she apparently, her and I had grown up together, and she knew my grandmother, and it was a lot. It was a lot going on.
Oh,
and so
my
then
God.
her friends got there. She's draping all over me. And I'm going, "Is this your friend?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then we're like, "Y'all need to get her home because she's about to vomit everywhere."
Oh,
And
my
she's
God.
like, "No, I'm going home with you." I was like, She goes to stand up and just like flat onto the bar floor. Just arms out.
Shit.
Out.
She had to have been hammered before she got there.
Oh, she was. No,
Okay.
no. I'm saying I had got there. It was a college town bar.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
that part you left out. Okay, then she would, because most bars now are not gonna let some chick get that drunk there. But college town, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, they didn't give a fuck.
They were like, he's like, "Oh, you're 105 pounds. Here you go for your 6th margarita."
Nice. Really?
Oh, they'll fucking do that.
I don't. Yeah. Now that I think about it, that bar was pretty damn irresponsible. Yeah.
It's what college town bar is.
And then after that too, I was like, she face planted into the floor, so she was nice and sticky, and they had to carry her out because she was out. She was like blacked out.
Oh man, was it the
I
was it
don't know
the
if
drunk
it-
white chick Carrie where she's over two of her friends, toes just dragging along the ground, and
Oh, no,
she's
it's-
still like, "I love you guys."
Oh,
you
when
guys
they're
are
when they're
so-"
out like this and they got like 4
They just
feet
they're the
to get
dead
to-
fish, but they can just bobble their fucking head
Mm-hmm.
around as there's toes, and they don't walk. They just let their feet drag as their friends are
she
carrying.
was done. Like she was out.
Oh,
Like,
she was completely out.
Completely. I don't know
Oh.
if when she hit the ground, if it knocked her out, but there was no blood. But she was
She had a
kind of doing.
definite concussion.
She was kind of doing the mumble shit, but no, she was puppet, and they just. That's what I heard, and yeah, the toes dragging because I don't know where her shoes were. They weren't on. She had she had like 7-Eleven parking lot feet, you know.
Oh, she was a lot lizard too.
She had the feet.
She had the feet of a lot lizard.
She had the feet
Ooh.
because again, don't know where the fuck her shoes are.
You know what?
And
I
this
bet
bar
this was
hadn't
not
been
her
cleaned.
first time losing her shoes.
No, no.
She's walked across many a parking lot barefoot,
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
struggling to find her keys in her purse.
Yeah, sometimes, guys, doesn't matter how horny you might be, you just need to go. You just need to go home. Just leave because I'd have been like, what do I do now? Because she's just gonna be puking in my truck and like, no, it's just not
Hell
worth it.
no. No.
It's just nope, absolutely not worth it. I've had actually a few of those where I'm like, I'm so glad that I have a little bit of a moral compass and just don't do anything, you know, because. Oh, you good?
Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh my gosh. So
back to that. I don't think. I don't know, man. That. It kind of it just comes across as fucked up. Like, you intentionally were. It feels like you were like, I'm gonna suck this dude's dick, and he's not gonna know, and that's gonna be the bit.
I don't even think it's a bit. I honestly, from the thing, it seems like I'm gonna need content. I'm gonna suck this dude dick. He gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy, and we both gonna be on our merry way. What he don't know won't hurt him. So
I think so.
I mean, here's the thing. I'm sure there are a ton of straight guys out there that have had their dick sucked by what was, I guess, biologically a guy
So
and
is
did
it-
not
yeah.
know it.
Yeah, I guess.
I guarantee you there are a lot of those guys out there,
Who was
and and probably to this day still don't even realize.
yeah. Who? What do you is? It's your who were their cisgender was male, right?
I have no idea.
I
I
think-
do not understand what you just tried to
I think
tell me.
cisgender, CIS.
I know
yeah,
cis.
I
I
think that-
always thought cisgender just meant straight. So I have
Oh,
no fucking
maybe
idea.
I thought it meant. Great. Maybe I should have.
I don't know.
Googled it.
All I know
I
is there's
it was like-
plenty of guys that
so
have
like
gotten
we-
that have gotten head from a transgender woman that didn't know it, and to this day probably still don't.
Probably, I could see that.
Shit, hell, you remember like that fucking Ron White story when he was talking about how when he was in the I think he was in the Navy, used to go in this one spot in Mexico and pay for blowjobs constantly, and didn't realize till like 30 years later that that area that he was going to was known for its transgender prostitutes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
I mean, you would know, but yeah, okay. So I was not. Let me make sure that I'm on board here with.
Don't fuck up the
I'm not
pronouns,
gonna-
Neil.
So, denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex registered for them at birth, not transgender. Okay.
Now I'm
So-
confused.
No. Well, the way I
This is Neil and Neil, where we explain gender dynamic or genders.
so I guess if you'd be like, well, my cisgender is male, but then
I don't fucking know. I don't know. All I know, just tell me what you are, and then I'll go with that.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like if you said I'm a cisgender man, then you know that.
I don't even need all that much.
Uh-huh.
Just if the person can tell me like are you a man or a woman, or just give me one of those, or give me or tell me you're they. I don't just tell me which one you are, and I'll just go because I'm fucking guessing nowadays. I will say I am wrong a good 60% of the time.
Yeah, we were having. I'm out. Like, we have friends big in the community. We were at their party yesterday, and one of them was telling me like they've added IA to the LGBTQIA plus.
Yes, it's intersex and asexual.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Which now to me, I was like, man, you can't mash all these different groups into one community because you got too many opposing views in here. Like,
I don't
LGBT. I think at the time it was like, all right, yes, they kind of. I think they had the same. They can work towards it. Or they had the same kind of things they were trying to do, or same problems.
LGBT.
Because I don't think
LGB.
Because you can't
Which
tell
one did
me
you say? LGB.
Just LGB. LGB. I think it was LGB. Because I don't fucking know. Now I'm getting confused. this is why I don't. Because the moment I start talking to it, I was like, fuck.
And we're not trying to like say anything bad, but it's we don't know because we're not part of the community, but we have friends who are very close to us in the community, and when we try to learn by asking questions because we have to, but it's like this is not stuff that comes up in a daily routine life for us because we're just heterosexual men.
I don't know, man. I guess my whole thing is like I always figured,
but we need to be aware.
Why are you pushing all these different groups together as one? That's trying to like. That's
why
like pushing.
Can't they just do what they want? Why do you
like?
have
I
to,
just think you
just
should have the T's should have a group. And
no,
then the A
let
should
them
have
do
a
what
group.
they want to do,
and then
you let them do.
I don't know, because I guess my whole thing is like, you give me a group of lesbians and you give me a group of like transgender women.
Group of lesbians.
They
I'm on a turn.
they are not gonna have the same experience. I mean, they might have a few things in common, but they're not gonna have the same fucking experiences. Like, you give me a group of lesbians and a group of transgender women.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, their worldviews might be similar, but their experiences and kind of what they want as far as equality wise, probably going to be fairly different.
Well, because you'd have.
Because they
lesbian women,
so different fucking experiences. So I was like, you can't just mash this group of people who's have a very different, experience than this group and be like, hey, y'all are now together now. Y'all need to fight for the same shit. I was like, that's not.
So what you're saying is like, if you have a certain group of people who look and act
we need
a
to
certain kind of way,
segregate these communities, Neal.
That's what I'm hearing. Because what would, quote unquote, what you told me,
we need to have
before the
lesbians
show,
with lesbians,
no,
transgender people, gays with gays, queers with queers, Neal. We need
okay.
to.
All right.
Jesus.
This
is going to get cut out in like 12 years, and I'm just going to get canceled so bad.
It's because it's going to be when black people can't say racist stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like, son of a bitch.
Like,
we could do this 12 years ago.
Here's a transcript of what, did you not say this, Neal? Word for word. I was like, well,
but see, at the time,
that's not
though,
what I meant.
But see, I'm brown, and at the time I could do that. But now we're clumped in with the white people. We can't say shit either. But you never know what could happen in 12 years.
Oh, Jesus.
Because, like, there's tons of words that we used to use that we can't use now.
Well, there was this dude, what was his name? There was another comedian, Shane Gillis. He was about to work for SNL. So he just got hired on at SNL, and he had a podcast, and like 6 years before, like on his podcast, he had this random bit where they were talking about Chinatown in some part of like New York or something like that. He was like, how do they even come up with the name for it? And he's like, I bet it was just some random drunk racist Irish dude just walking around naming places and stuff like that. And he's just started going into this character of a drunk racist Irish dude, and he said some stuff like as that character or whatever. And then they took that out of context. And
I
like,
thought they were going to get onto him because he was doing an Irish accent, and I'm like,
no, it was because he was doing a drunk racist Irish character on the podcast, and he fucking gets fired from the SNL job and all sorts. It was crazy. It was dumb as shit.
Well,
but this
it's
is
the
from
same.
like 6 years before, and
Right.
and it was like 2 or 3 minute thing that he did on this hour and a half podcast.
I mean, you get they don't want the spotlight on them, so it's just nope, got to get rid of him now.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's the same thing it's like the same thing that happened with Kevin Hart with the comments that he made. He made the
Oh yeah. They went like he said it years later, apologized for it, and then years later after that they tried to come after him again. And
well,
it's like,
it was he had said some things, and then he was like, "Hey, I was wrong. Here's my apology." And then was it the Grammys or the
yeah,
Academy?
it was Academy Award because he was supposed to host it again, and then it came out and they wanted him to apologize. I think because he did it.
Well, they wanted him to apologize again.
Yeah, because he had already apologized. I think like 3 years before that. And he was like, "I already dealt with this shit. Like, fuck you guys."
and it was, and I'm a big. Shay and I were talking about like people who have done things, and should we, like,
at what point?
At what
do
point we have
like,
to say like this person has done their.
They've done their time.
They've done their time on it, and you can either keep bringing it up about that person, or just don't have any kind of interactions with their work at all. It was like Shay asked me about how did I feel about Michael Vick, and I was like, I thought that was a good one because I love animals, I do, and dog fighting to me is not right, but not an excuse. But he's a product of how he grew up as a child.
Let me ask you this, Neal. How many people did you know that fought dogs in Terrell?
Man,
that's
all the time. It got talked. Now I didn't do it. I knew that it was wrong, but like from everything that I'd seen about the Vic stories, he was like,
"That's what we do."
And even as he became a millionaire, I'm sure he knew that it was wrong, but he kept doing it. And again, I don't think it's right. But the man went to prison for it. Like, and supposedly, allegedly, because I don't want to get sued, like Pat McAfee does. Speaking of that, we got to talk about him. I've never been so jealous of a man outside of Pat McAfee. Anyway, let me go back. So yeah, okay. Michael Vick did his time, and from everything I'd heard, he understands.
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the whole point of like you commit a crime, you're supposed to recontribute back to society. And
some people just can't let shit go. I think a lot of people, what bothers me is people either A, can't let shit go, or they act like when they find out about it, it should be brand new for everybody. Just because like it's some shit like, oh, I've just found out about some stuff somebody did 6 years ago. I need you to apologize to me like you did it yesterday, whether or not you've dealt with it or other people already knew about it or not. And and the other thing is, I mean, I get it. He served his time, but I don't know. It bothers me when people put animals on a higher pedestal than people. Because when people are like, hey, you know, you're a dog fighter, you deserve death, and you need to do all this and whatever. But then, you know, a guy kills another guy in a drunk driving accident. That guy's like, okay, yeah, he can serve his like 10 years. He made a mistake, this, that, or the other. And I was like, wait a second. So this one person's life is only worth 5 years, but you say this other guy should die for killing dogs.
Look, we have the laws that we have here are the laws that we have here. If you don't like the laws that we have here, get yourself into politics or work towards making changes. But you can't just handpick out like, oh, well, he was a $1 million NFL quarterback and he should know better. Give him the death penalty. It's like, you're going to do that for all convicted dog fighters?
No, people always, they only do that for stuff when it's for issues that they're into. Right. Everything else they'll back off on it, but they don't keep that same energy across the board.
Yeah, it's the same thing because you've asked them. It's like, well, you had an accident, but you killed a family of 6 in a van. Should you be insulated? It's like, no, we have the laws that we have, and if they need to get, you know, it's. I get it, but come on, we got to stop fighting with each other all the time.
What are you talking about, Neal? That is what America is built. When has America not fought with itself?
Like honestly, the last time I remember it was 9/11, 2001.
Yeah,
and after that,
and that lasted what year and a half?
Year and a half, where we came together actually as a fucking
and really,
country.
It's not that we didn't fight it. Most of us didn't fight. We
put
just
it-
fought all the Arab
yeah.
brown people in the country.
Well,
that's what we said. We were
yeah.
like our shift went from like, oh, we don't hate black, like, you know, it's still kind of, we had the side eye at black people and brown people, but then we were like, oh, Arabs, all of our focus is going on you
there
now.
were so many jokes about how, like, back then,
Yeah.
where it'd be a white comedian talking about, like, oh no, now, you know, if I see something like that pop off on the airplane I'm on, I'm gonna look at the black dude, I'm gonna wink at him, and he gonna know exactly what that means now because we're banded together. And now it's like, no,
Even
back
at the time,
to-
we were like, nah, that's all you, bro. You can go up there and get stabbed by these motherfuckers.
yeah. Well, nowadays, but I'm saying back then, like right after it happened,
Oh, that's true.
everybody was patriotic. Oh, I'd have stopped that person from doing that on that plane. I'm like, okay.
I'm sure you would. And this is also the guy who will talk about, you're like, yeah, you know, if I was in the UFC, you know, I'd be unstoppable, man. If I just, you know, all I need to do is just really put my mind to it and I'd train really hard, you know, you couldn't, there's my mentality, man. You just wouldn't put me away. It's like, okay, bro. Okay.
I've known guys, man, I'd fight dudes in prison. I'm like, that's cool. I got a friend who's a professionally trained badass motherfucker who doesn't give a shit that you fought dudes in prison. You know?
I got a great story about that.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons too that I love Coach Safe. I remember being at the gym one day. We're getting ready. It's a Saturday practice. Me and a couple of the pro guys are getting ready to come in for practice. Coach comes back there, and it's me, these two other black dudes. And Coach is like, "Hey, there's a couple guys came in to try class today. I may need you to fuck them up today." And I'm just like,
What?
okay, Coach. I was like, all right. And so I come walking in there, and it's these two dudes. One of the guys has like fucking SS tattoos on the side of his head, and like all
What?
these fucking like racist tattoos, like all
You
over
had
him
two
stuff.
neo-Nazis come in?
And like
after
we'll
you?
see, and his other friend with him didn't have any tattoos, and I'm just like, all right.
And then
and
he
so-
takes his shirt off, and he's got some big ass like.
So
Oh.
I can't remember. I think they might have had a shirt. So Coach, we pair up. We're doing this drill, this pummeling drill, and I get paired up with the friend without the tattoos.
Man.
Because Coach is just like, I'm about to fuck with these dudes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're gonna come in here like with visible Nazi tattoos?
is
Like,
your-
oh, I'm gonna put you with every black dude on this team now.
It usually doesn't matter, but your coach is what ethnicity?
He is
If he's not white.
Saudi, I believe.
Okay, he's not white.
No.
Okay,
No.
because in this case, it's kind of like
Well, I mean, like I think that's where his family is, but he grew up in
right,
Indiana.
right. But it's not like you have a white coach. It's
Yeah.
two minorities about to fuck up some neo Nazis. That's what I
Yes.
want. That's what I'm trying to get.
Oh
to.
yeah. So I'm drilling with this with the friend or whatever, and I was like, he picks up the drill pretty quickly, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm talking to him, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be nice until he says something crazy, you know. So I was like, maybe it's just his friend. He came in here and he's like, all right. And he's like, I'm not gonna fuck with
Really,
him.
dude. Really?
I'm not. Here's my thing. I will give you the benefit of the doubt until you prove me wrong. I will allow you to prove me wrong first. I will believe the best until proven otherwise. So here's what
His
happens.
friend has SS tattoos.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
Well, here's what happens.
Yeah.
So then, you know, Coach he used to have this thing where he, you know, guys come in, they're talking about they want to try to fight and whatever. So he would just test guys. Like he just put them in the ring, in the cage, and he'd put them with one of us, and none of it. We wouldn't really go hard, but we'd push them to the point where like Coach would want to see like if you're willing to, if you're gonna quit.
If you're just
Basically, we push him, but you know we're not gonna fuck you up, but we're just gonna push
Like
you
after
and see.
30 seconds, if you're, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah,
you're not gonna
so
make it.
Here's what
Yeah.
happens. Coach puts the guy with the tattoos out there in the middle, and he puts this dude. Keep in mind, let's see, man. You know what? It's fine because he didn't do anything wrong with this. So he puts
Okay.
this guy Miles. His name's Miles Johns. I want to say he's in the UFC and stuff now.
Yeah.
He puts him in there with Miles. Miles is like new at the time. He'd only been to the gym maybe a year and a half.
Right.
So he puts his Miles in this guy's guard, and he's like, all right, And he's just like, all right, now let's roll. Just do light ground and pound or whatever. So I think it's going on for like maybe, we're 30 seconds in, maybe a minute, and this guy is gassing out. And Miles is just on top of him. He's hitting him, but he's literally just lightly tapping him. He's just like boom, boom, but he's just giving him constant pressure where he's like making a guy hard to move, whatever. And he's just like he's gassed, laying there. And coach is like, come on, man, move, don't quit. You need to move.
This is the
the
one
Nazi
with the
dude.
tattoos. Okay.
Nazi guy. Coach is yelling this to him to like move, get out, like, stop just laying there. And he's like, fuck it, and he starts yelling it back at Coach. And he's like, yes. He's like, oh. And if anybody has ever met Coach Safe, you immediately know just how wrong of an idea that is.
Dang.
And keep in mind, this is a gym full of people because there's like a jiu-jitsu class going on, there's a kickbox, a Muay Thai class going on, all at the same time. There's this going on in the
I've
cage.
been into the gyms that you train at. There's a lot of non-white people in that gym, so I'm like, yes, please.
Coach is yelling this at this guy. This guy starts yelling back at Coach, and Coach is like, "Fuck you! Stop quitting!" He was like, and then they start screaming back and forth. He's like, "Fuck that! I used to fuck dudes up in prison. He's fight dudes in prison." And he's like, "Yeah." Just keep in mind, middle of a packed gym. Coach is like, "Yeah, I bet you used to get fucked in prison. The fuck out of my gym!" And he's screaming this at this dude, and I'm just like, "Fuck, Coach."
You didn't even get a chance, man.
Oh, man. And he just starts throwing this dude at, and this dude starts talking shit as he's leaving. And Coach is following him. I was like, please, Coach, I was like, somebody keep him away from him. It was like, because if this guy gets close to, like, if this guy does anything wrong and touches Coach Safe, Coach Safe is going to annihilate this guy.
Yeah. I wonder what his deal was, because he obviously went into this gym and went, oh, there's more colors in here that I really want to see.
Well, at the
and
time,
went, what am I going to, I'm going to go in here and prove that I'm a tough guy.
Well, here's the thing. At the time and in the gym we were at, there were only, I think in that practice, there was like 3 black. It was me, Miles, and his brother. And the rest were like, actually, I think it was like 1 Asian dude. And then, like, the rest were white people.
But you said the coach was...
but the coach is here.
Yeah, he's not white. Yeah.
But at the time, but the name of the gym, had MMA in the gym. So the guy, it's one of those guys who's like, usually, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to this MMA gym.
That's what I'm saying. He probably went in there
Didn't look up the coach, didn't look up anything. No. He just showed up to an MMA gym.
He thought, I'm a badass motherfucker and I can whoop somebody's ass. Because if he really wanted to go there to train... he probably would have done a little bit more research. There probably would have been more,
Oh, but it was
looking stuff in there, and
so great. And it just and when Coach starts screaming at this guy, and he screams, it's like the whole gym just kind of stops. And
oh yeah,
Coach is following this guy out. He's just screaming at this dude to get the fuck out of his gym. And the crazy part, his friend just kind of looks around at us, and he's just like. Just kind of shrugs his shoulder and just gets up and just walks out. Yeah. He's like, well, I guess I got to leave too. My fucking friend's getting tossed.
I mean, that's his ride probably.
Yeah. So. It's like, no, I don't know. I think it was the other way around.
Oh, probably. He's like, well, I got to go get this guy back. He's, he's really a good guy. Once you get to know, yeah.
I think it was one of those, like, this dude, he wants to try to fight. He needs a ride. Gets his non-tattooed up friend to come give him. And his friend's just like, fuck.
Yep. Yep, that's exactly what happened.
Oh,
but
man.
I'm glad. I just wish you would have gotten a round or two with him and just done some light work. But
Miles did exactly what he was supposed to do. Like, because like I said, he didn't like. If Miles had wanted to fuck this dude up, he could have fucked him up so bad. And I mean. You don't understand how nice he was. When I mean he's like literally just pressuring the shit out of him and just tapping him in his face the entire time.
It's kind of worse in a sense because he didn't go hard on him. He went easy and he went still
incredibly easy and just destroyed this guy. Like he wasn't even trying and just tapping this guy. This guy just like a minute and a half in, he's just and he's like, I'm fucking tired. He's like, coach is like, move, get the fuck up, you gotta move.
I know. And I know what we need. We need to start. Do you think you can beat? And I don't know. We got to think of a name, but we go find racists who want to fight, like professionally trained black fighters, and they get 2 minutes in the cage. Because after the first episode, they're gonna go.
You know who did this?
Huh?
There was actually a show. There was a show like this on MTV.
Can you
Bully
beat
Beatdown.
with
the,
bully beat down. I'm not. No,
with-
I'm talking like, can you beat a racist? I want to see like.
Man,
Can you imagine how many people watch that?
this is true.
Somebody get the shit.
But then you'd have these guys have to go on TV and be public racist because most, if you notice, most racists don't enjoy being publicly known as racist. Yeah, because
I wouldn't
like yeah, most of the time when it does come out, they're like, "Get that out of my face," and then they lose their job. And it's like, "No, don't show this," and all this kind of stuff.
Those, but I'm talking about no. You got to get the ones that have like SS tattooed into their head and like
This is true.
die across the floor, like those kind.
Man, but then, I like the idea because then it's like, who cares if you beat up these guys?
Right. And they're all gonna think, I got a chance at that guy. I got a chance.
But then at the same
you
time,
don't tell them. You don't tell them who they're fighting.
Man, but then you also, I just don't like you. You got the community. You got like a fucking 4chan, 4chan community coming after you. The guy that beat him up or whatever.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you want to like who wants to piss off a bunch of people on 4chan?
Because you beat them in the ring, they got stuff.
Now you're getting doxxed and swatted every 4 days.
Okay. Never mind. But no, what I was saying earlier is if you didn't hear, Pat McAfee got a contract with ESPN, and so he's big time in it.
Oh, so now he can actually like talk to NFL players without them getting in
could.
trouble now?
He could. I know you. They fixed all that, but I'm saying like, man, come the fuck. Like he gets to sit around and talk about football all day long, with like not the third string kickers. Like he's got Pac-Man Jones has been on this show for weeks now. It's like then he gets to go commentate SmackDown for WWE.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And now he signed a deal with ESPN where he's told them, I will not be changing any of my show. You will be keeping it the way that it is, or I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, cool, because he doesn't fucking need ESPN. And to
He
be
doesn't,
honest,
no.
and to be honest, man, I've been tired of ESPN for a long
Well,
time.
but remember, I was talking to you a couple of years ago about this. I was like, he's revolutionizing and changing the way that I think they're going to do sports. And now that like ESPN's fucking got him, of course. They know that their shit's going downhill because it's the same cookie cutter show across the board.
But it's like I can only hear about the same story
Over and over and over
every
again.
day. It's the same story all day long, or you just hear the same storyline repeated for 3 straight days until like the slightest little bit of information comes out. Then we're like, oh, we're jumping all over that for the next 3, and it's like I'm so fucking.
Or
tired of
if
this.
you had a show like that for basketball, I would definitely watch that, like a Pat McAfee show, but where it was NBA. But I want guys from who played. I want to see. I don't know, like
Dude, like
maybe,
there's a YouTube channel like because I watch, they show up on my reels all the time.
Yeah,
where they're interviewing like Kevin Garnett and like they're talking about
right,
stories about Larry
yeah.
Bird and stuff like that.
Just get I'm not saying you got to go get Jordan. I don't think Jordan would be. I want somebody who's funny. Who's I just can't think.
I didn't realize Amon Shumpert was as funny as he was.
Right. I'm trying to think. I mean, with you have Shaq and Barkley and Kenny.
but they're
funny.
old. Yeah, but they're
we need something in.
need
a
somebody in
little
their
bit-
in their mid 30s,
Right.
early 40s at the most. These guys they're in their 50s, pushing close there. They need to get somebody younger.
Who would you get?
I mean,
Like, who would you want? No, I'm saying like, who would you want right now that you would think would be a good fit for like? Okay, you have a guy. I just don't know anybody that.
NBA wise?
Yeah. That you can't get dirt. I don't think.
I think Blake Griffin could do pretty good. He's actually genuinely funny.
Is he done? He retired?
I don't think he's in the league anymore. But I don't follow
I haven't
NBA.
watched.
Like, I don't think so.
I follow NFL.
I mean, shit. Hell, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin
in, like,
Garnett
as
would
many
be good.
interviews I've seen him in and talk about basketball and stuff. He's funny as shit.
Yeah.
Let me see. Like I said, Amon Shumpert could easily do it. Hell, actually, if they did a show with KG and Amon Shumpert, I think that would be really good.
That would be good. But yeah, I think ESPN just was like, we can't do this anymore with the format that we're doing, and they just see
it's the
how,
mouse, man.
Yeah, they
the
just
mouse
see how,
will turn you into a cookie cutter money making machine.
But he's gonna get to keep his stuff like the way that it is.
Oh,
apparently. We'll see. I mean,
right now that's
Yeah.
that's the first contract. We'll see if that mouse money
that
starts
second
to,
contract. But then he's like, that's fine. I'll just go back to. So his show's always going to be on YouTube free. He says.
Okay.
And I mean, he's had deals with. I think his last deal was with FanDuel. So I'm like, he'll be fine. He doesn't need it, but.
Okay. I mean, like I said, it's whatever kind of clauses they put in there, like, because, sometimes they're like, hey, if this goes against our standards and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you can't talk about X, Y, and Z because,
Right.
Disney, we're a family company and shit. So,
Yeah. Speaking of being a family company, I know we went along. We had some videos, but if I don't go to the bathroom, I'm gonna explode. So maybe we have to keep our videos for next week because we've kind of come to the end of the show time.
okay.
Unless you want to give us a good one to go on.
I will, because
Okay.
I used to work in a grocery store back in high school, and every now and again customers would spill stuff and I'd have to clean up stuff,
man.
and it would just be like, what the hell, man, like, why are you guys being such an asshole? But I don't know, I think I might have to just let my boss fire me to keep me from away from this.
Okay.
So
So, all right.
yes, he's walking out.
Walking. He's
Yep.
walking. Did he drop a can of? Oh shit! himself.
Yes, he did. So he puts everything into his. Yep. See right here. He's putting everything in the basket. He's walking, and you hear him talking. You hear the guy in the background like talking. Shit, right? And so just watch the back of his shoe right here. So he's walking, and as he takes a step, bam! And what's crazy, he catches the back of his heel and just keep on. First of all, he can't be wearing any underwear for it to just drop like that. He came into this grocery store
Free balling.
free balling, knowing he had the BGs,
I don't know,
knowing he
man.
had bubble guts.
I don't know,
Walked
man.
through here, got through the store, and it just look at how it just plops down, catches his heel of his shoe.
Well, that's
Ugh.
what I'm saying. He might be old enough to where like apparently when you get older, you don't know when you gotta start wearing Depends. Apparently, whatever he ate looked really loose.
But okay, if he's wearing Depends, why doesn't he have an?
No,
Clearly, he's
no,
not
I'm
wearing
saying
them.
he's not.
Like-
He needed to be, but he's not. And I didn't check that cart either, and it didn't look like he had any in there. I thought,
I'm cussing my manager out if he tries to get me to come clean this. I was like, no, I'm not cleaning up human shit on the job.
well, I didn't mean I needed to burst like that, but that's a good segue to.
Hold on. What's even wilder?
Look at that.
He leaves a trail on the way out.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode of the Neal Podcast. If you didn't like that shit, well, we'll have more shit for you next week. Have a good one.
Peace.